an extraordinary artist and human being, Jeremy Firehammer, and we're going to talk about your amazing work.
Yeah,
and,
I look forward to it.
How many years have you been part of the celebration now? Been a minute.
It's been 10 years.
10 years.
Yes.
That's amazing.
I've paid my dues.
You have, and you're well received by the people around here.
Absolutely.
So your work really is inspired by nature and natural elements, but you put them together in such a creative manner. Tell us a little bit about what inspired you to work with wood and stone.
So I grew up on the shores of Lake Michigan, and so being next to the sand dunes and the ravines, there's just a lot of woods, big canopies of trees. A lot of the limestone you see in the work kind of reminds me of the dunes I grew up on.
Oh, yeah.
But then also, as you got out of the dunes, I was very close to Chicago. So a lot of the architecture you see in here is reflections of the skyline of the big city. A lot of factory and industrial architecture, too. Part of the Rust Belt.
Yeah, one of the coolest things I've done is the architectural boat tour down the Chicago River.
Yes.
And you get the history of the buildings and the designers and how they kind of honor each other in their thing. But
absolutely,
this is a beautiful.
Yeah, that's a cityscape.
Yeah,
might not be Chicago.
Could maybe not.
Yeah,
could be somewhere.
Yeah, to me it's London. Yeah, going down the Thames.
Nice.
Yeah.
And why did you select this? Is it walnut in this piece?
Yeah. Well, walnut is very diverse. You get a lot of different shades and tones in the wood, from slightly blonde to very red. And so it creates a little bit more dimension on your wall. Everything else around it is another natural material, a slate from Brazil. I think the cold of the stone and the warmth of the wood really balance each other out.
Yeah. It's so cool. And you also do beautiful functional table pieces.
Absolutely.
Again, sort of a cityscape look. And tell me about this particular live edge piece.
This is a great piece. So the wood is a marble wood out of Brazil. It's extremely rare. You're not going to find much of it in the States. And then beneath it is another stone base that I love. There's just great negative space in it, a slight beam running underneath. To me, these act more as sculpture that implies function.
Yeah, this is fabulous. I love it.
Yep.
I like how you take the natural elements, which could be very earthy, but you put them in more of a contemporary feel. So
yes.
That's a nice juxtaposition of nature.
Thank you. Yeah, I kind of have a slight Asian look to me on how I divide up the canvas, but there's also a Frank Lloyd Wright influence.
Definitely.
He was also influenced by that too.
Oh yes,
about
he had
the
a
asymmetrical
huge
balance.
Asian.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And so, also growing up in the Midwest, there is that influence of Frank Lloyd Wright.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
And we're fortunate here in Arizona to have some with
yes,
some
we
of the
do.
stones and Taliesin. So
and I that's part of the reason I came out here to go to school.
So and recently you got to be friends with two sisters.
Yes.
Who have extremely unique kind of atmospheric lighting.
Yes, this is really exciting. I met these sisters a couple years ago at a design show up in LA. They design like I, were very attention to detail, but what they do is bring in another architectural element of light.
So right now we have this unlit background with your
Yes.
incredible woodwork and a little bit of
color.
Color.
So yeah, and then we're working with a painted paper with embedded beads, and then also some LED light.
Ta-da! Isn't that fabulous?
Yes, it just it creates two different pieces. One without the light, you see more of the crystals, the dimension of the stone and wood. Then when you put the lights on, it just captures a whole nother imagination.
And the fibrous quality of the paper against the wood and the slate, it's amazing. And they really complement each other and they play off of each other.
Thank you.
Linear quality and they're just amazing.
Yeah, I just think for fine craft, we're really implementing a lot of different techniques and materials.
And this paper or fiber, there's different depth or thicknesses. I think you said that this one is a little bit thicker.
So when the light is off on these, then you really get to see the paint that's going through the background, which also does reflect.
Yes. That is so cool. And then with the lights on, you get a very different,
A whole other look. Like this is kind of for us like a cityscape. Here, this is more a little nature, like an afternoon walk.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the soft tones of that one.
Yeah.
And then this one gets a little bit more interesting dimensions with that.
Yeah, with the, the acute and obtuse lines. A little more artsy with this one.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the way, I just have to point, like the color tones here.
Oh, yeah.
It has the same feel of the grain of the wood.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
Wow, these are so fun.
Thank you. Yeah.
And this is the first time you've debuted these.
This is the debut of these, and yes, we're very excited. Feedback's been fantastic.
Yeah.
They're definitely attention-getting pieces.
I love when artists collaborate. That's something it takes two fabulous artists into a whole new dimension, a whole new level.
Yes. Yeah.
So what do you like most about being at the Celebration of Fine Art?
Along with the people and wonderful neighbors, I like the ability just for me to show a large body of work, as opposed to galleries where I could show maybe 3-4 pieces, but this is a whole gamut.
Yes.
And it gives the client and the patrons a choice. And for me, I really get to show off the work.
Yes, and you get instant feedback from the people.
Yes.
So your artwork lives in homes all across the world, right? I mean,
absolutely.
You've been selling for many years, and occasionally you get to go install your work and see it in people's homes, which that has to be exciting.
That's my favorite part, because you want to see, like, I treat my art like children.
Yeah.
Like I want to know where my kids are going, their home, and then you get more of a personal relationship with the client. They almost adopt you in a certain way, because they are adopting part of your personality.
Yeah, they really do. The connection here is strong. That's really what the celebration is all about, is where art lovers and artists connect.
It is a family environment.
Yeah, we love that. Well,